Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to our live here at ERSRacingLeague.com. I hope you've enjoyed it today or wherever you may be tonight as we're coming into Spain. So Spain welcomes back ERS Racing League today as we're about to get into it. Oh shit. So if you just joined us, we welcome you. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. And as we all set up our broadcasting here. As you can see now, we've got some cars that are already out on the track. As we see now, so we've got Graydon here, we've got Cool Patrick, we've got Nye, we've got G-Max as well, Optics meets Lars, Stinboss, Jack the Racer, Grid of Cars, ERS Lobby, BMG, Benji, Keen, Fred, and Marlon, Mortis, followed by Dirk, Kevin Cars, DB Geelong, Peter Pals, followed by Marcos Skill. So we've got a few good drivers here tonight, so it'll be a very interesting match. I hope I've just got a new mic, just purposely got it for commentary, so if you could please let me know in the comments how clear it sounds with that, or if there's any technical problems with this mic, just let me know in the comments. But if you wanted to find more information about ERS Racing, head on down to www.ersracingleague.com, and it will give you enough information of how to sign up with us and race with these very fine gentlemen that are here. Also, a big shout out to the FIA crew for us as well, followed by to the team drivers that are racing here with us tonight, and also a big shout out to the American Gaming Group, followed by their president, King Knuckles. As you can see now, the drivers now just putting on effort. Some of them are just coming out to do the outlaps here and for the grid positions here tonight as we're cutting down into the last 14 minutes and 55 seconds. But as drivers now are all pushing out now. I hope you have enjoyed our last coverage of our last races so far. So it was a very interesting race yesterday and the day before, but our race on the day before was a lot of technical problems. Hopefully today we don't have any of those and just have some clean racing. But Marcos now here, no, it's Peter with a 1 minute 17.692 seconds. So he is currently on pole position, followed by Fred coming in at P2 with a 1 minute 17.841 seconds. So he's about a 2 milliseconds slower than Peter. But it looks like Marlon has just claimed P2 now for 1 minute 17.741 seconds. Still early stages yet, still a lot of time for our drivers. As we have a look at Lars now, we'll go into the cockpit with him. He's currently holding off in P4 position here in Spain. As you see now, he's just putting on the pace now. As he will come into a chicane here. Oh, but a sort of hairy hairpin there. Last now, just putting on the pace on now. As he's got DRS on. Currently coming into sector 2. 52 seconds, so not too bad from who will want to push now as much as he can, as he's coming up to the 1 minute mark. Oh, well done. And he's coming into the pits now. Jack the Racer currently at P6, followed by BMG holding off at P5. He had a good race yesterday as well, BMG. As we have a look at Benji now, holding off at P7. Marcos holding off. Oh, the tyre turning now. No, Gunnar Cars now has just smashed it. So he's got the fastest lap at the moment by a millisecond, 2 milliseconds. So 1 minute 17.453 for Gwyneth Cars here today. It'll be interesting to see our drivers today. As we'll come out of this one and we'll have a look. Schooner Casters comes into the pit now, as we'll have a look at our P2 holder at the moment. So it'll be an interesting race here tonight, folks. There's a lot of drivers are pushing for their grid positions. So now we have Peter coming in at P2 now, just putting on his fast lap, followed by Marlon at P3, also on his fast lap now. So we're just going to be waiting patiently to see what times these guys will get. Putting on a good performance here though. As we'll head on down into the cockpit. Peter's car here with the Alfa Romeo team. You see now it's just coming out to the turn and hairpin here into the chicane, and it's not doing too bad at the moment. They're currently holding off a minute, so I'll be wanting to put the pace on now as he comes into the last chicane here before heading off to finish off his fastest lap time. Now, will he beat them? 1 minute 14 so far. Yes, he does. So he puts up into P1 position at 1 minute 17. So well done to Peter Powers. He's done superbly well here in the qualifying, but still early yet. We've got 8 minutes 30 seconds left remaining here. It'll be interesting to see how these drivers will take it. And also, a lot of drivers like to put on fast laps near the end of like the last 4 to 3 minutes, just to try and steal that pole position away. And we go again now as we're going to head down. Look at Lars, he's just into P2 now. Going to have cars in P3. The grid of cars now coming back on his outlet. Lars in P2 position for 1 minute 17.352. So Lars now in sector 2 coming up to the 45-second mark as he spun out. Oh, that could be crucial for him. Oh dear me, Lars has spun out there, so that will stuff up his time, but hopefully he can hold P2 after this. Dear me, he'll be disappointed with that one. Oh, shocking. So Lars now on the back now. That put him behind a lot though, so he'll be unfortunate for him for that. Yes, he'll probably want to make his way into the pits. Yes, he does. As we look at grid of cars again now on his fast lap coming up to sector 2 now. He's currently holding up at 35 seconds now. Yes, he'll be coming up to the 45-second mark here in sector 2, heading into sector 3. Oh, he spun out too, and I think he might have damaged his wing. Yes, he did. So that's unfortunate. Unfortunate for Gwyneth Cars. Dear me. Yes, there's his wing gone. So he'll be wanting to go into the pits now and get his wing fixed. Oh. So that's unfortunate for him, but he still currently holds in P3 position. So as we come down now, most of these drivers are on the pits. As we look at Kevin Cast now in the Red Bull team. So his teammate destroyed his front wing, so he'll be back in the pits to get that covered. Look at Kevin Cast. Going to sector 3, almost at the 1 minute mark, so I've been wanting to push now. He comes into the last chicane before finishing off his fast lap. And he's heading off into the pits. As we look at Benji with the AlphaTauri ride. As he heats off into the pits. And there's Dirk now. Just coming out of a chicane there. He's coming into sector 1 at the moment. 22 seconds. So he's faster than his other time. About 44 milliseconds. As we're heading up to sector 2 now, coming up to the 40-second mark. As he comes down up to the 1 minute mark now, it's Dirk coming into the last chicane here before hitting the finish line for his fast lap. As you can see now. And he's off into the pits. As we look at Patrick now coming out of sector 1. He's a 10-second slower than his current time. So he's just putting on the pressure now, coming into sector 2. Coming up to the 35-second mark here in sector 2. Now he's hitting the 40-second a bit slower than his last lap. Yes, he's coming up into the 1 minute mark now. And they're into sector 3. Yes, comes out of the last chicane now. Currently at 1 minute 15 now, so he's a bit slower than his last run, but he pushed now, so in the last 2 sectors he was put on a bit of pace, so that will take him up into P15. As we come now and look at Stinboss now, who is another dangerous driver to watch out for tonight, folks. Representing the Aston Martin. Putting on a good lap so far. He's coming into sector 2 at 51 seconds. Now coming up to the 1 minute mark. Here in sector 3. He's coming into the last chicane now. Ooh, bit of a slip and slide there. But relocked it and gripped it again. 1 minute 15, 1 minute 16, and Steven, can he do it? Oh, he just missed out. There, unlucky. Thought he was going to do it, but no. But that brings him up into P8 position. So well done to Stinboss there. Very well done lap. BMG now also on his fast lap at a 1 minute 17. Marlon at 1 minute 17.503 seconds as well, holding off at P5, and Grad holding off at P4 as well. Grid of cars still holding off at P3, last still holding off at P2, and our fastest man on the track, Haita, still holding off at 1 minute 17.244 seconds. As we're almost nearing the end here of our qualifying stages. As you can see, we're coming up into the last 20 seconds, so far so good. Binder shot my guy. Selfred, brother, my man. Binha. Shot, brother. But yes, all these drivers will be feeling the pressure now as we are almost heading to lights out here in Spain. So it'll be a very interesting race here, so stay tuned with us.
Had 2/10 improvement, weary face.
Yes. And you'll probably want to push a bit more faster too on the straights. And he's just smashed his record again. Our number 1 driver at the moment, holding on pole position, is Peter Pals. 1 minute 16.904 seconds now. So he just keeps smashing his lap. So it's going to be, see how good he will be when we head down to lights out very soon. And if you just joined us, we welcome you. We hope you've had a good morning, a good day, a good evening, or good night. And we just welcome you here to our Div 1 race here in Spain. If you want to find more information about us, head on down to www.ersleagueracing.com to find more information about how you can join up with us and also team up with some of these superb drivers we have. But our number 1 rule is here in ERS Racing, we love clean racing. Oh, dear me. So Marlon Boss has got a 5-place grid penalty for illegal blocking. Oh, my. Dear me. So that brings us to the end of our qualifying stages. So no more practice and no more time trial as we head on down to the formation lap and lights out underway in Spain. But as we look back, it's Peter Pals coming in at P1, Lars coming in at P2, and Marlon Boris coming in at P3 is our top three drivers here in the short qualifying stages. As we head on down now to the formation lap and the big race here in Spain. And welcome back as we're getting ready for the formation lap here in Spain for our Div 1 race. And now the rain has been upon us, so this could be interesting now for our drivers. This will test out their skill and precision on the track while it's wet. So stay tuned, folks, as we're going to be heading on down. And we'll be watching these drivers get their engines and tyres warmed up. And those brakes pumped here in Spain for our Div 1 race. And if you've just joined us, we welcome you to ERS Racing League. We hope you enjoy our live coverage today here. And you can see, I think it's unfortunate now that it started to rain. So this will put a lot of pressure on our drivers now. They'll be rethinking their plans, putting on those wets. And as we get on the way for the formation lap now, you see now, I don't think the drivers are very happy at the moment with this weather, so this will be putting their skills on the gear. I've seen the McLaren almost spun out, and there's a Red Bull car that's just spun out on the formation lap. So this track is very slippery, so drivers will try to put the pace on, but also going to have to be careful not to go too fast, or they could spin out. Dear me, this is going to be an exciting race here, especially with this rain. Very, very exciting. Very, very exciting. As we come and have a look now through the drivers, P2 is Lars, Grad at P3, Nye at P4, Green of Cars coming in at P5, and at P6 is Kenyo Fred, and at P7 it's BMG, followed by Jack the Racer coming in at P8, P9 is Jim Boss, and holding off the top 10 is Kevin Cass. And in P11 it's Optic, followed by Benji coming in at P12, and at P13 it's Marlon Boris, followed by P14 it's Dirk. Coming in at P15 is Marcos Coolpatrick, coming in at P16, and at P17 is Jerry DeLong, and at P18 is ERS Lobby, followed in P19 is Jamax. So it'll be an interesting race here tonight, folks. I hope you're going to be enjoying this one, because it'll be very, very exciting to see. Not only that, it is raining, so it'll be a very interesting to see what skills we see today as we are coming now to wait for lights out. So now we're in Spain, we're waiting to head down to wait for the lights out here. It's going to be very interesting to see what the drivers can produce and what skills they will bring. Oh, there goes the lightning and thunder as well. As we're heading into 5 lights, and they're out, and it's lights out, and we are off here racing here in Spain. Peter Pass is taking the lead, followed by Lars and P2 so far. Nye and Gwen of Cars are having a thing, and I think a couple of drivers are out too. One's gone to the back So it'll be very interesting to see. You can see they're all bunched up here, but it's grid of cars now coming in at P1. P2 is Peter Powers, and in P3 it's Grade coming in at P4. Nye BMG holding off in P5 at the moment. Stimboss coming in at P6, still having a battle with Jack the Racer. Stimboss, BMG, it's a bit of a mix up here as the drivers on the first lap putting the pressure on all of each other. So Jack the Racer and Kevin Castor having a bit of a battle there, but his teammate also is in front as well, blocking him as well. So the Aston Team Martin boys are... Oh, there's some contact there, and that took out Stimboss. So Stimboss will not be happy with that one. He got bunted off. Oh, dear me. Dear me. So Kevin Cast and Jack the Racer followed by Stimboss takes him all the way back to P18, so he will not be happy with that. And I think there'll be some context to the stewards after this race as well. He's probably putting some word into his team principal as well, that was a bit unfair for that. So it's a lot of catching up to do for Stimboss now as we have a look. Green of Cars has got the fastest lap on the track so far for 1 minute 36.046 seconds, and currently holding off into P2 it's Peter Powers. Nye comes in at P3, just takes over Grad in the AlphaTauri car. So these two were going to have a battle for P3 and P4 position, but as we come to the back a bit more, as we look at Optic at the top 10, and behind him is Geelong, as followed by Marcos, but I think there had been another accident at the back here as well. That's sprang glass way back. And oh, there was some bargy stuff going on here with Cool Patrick and Barwon and Benji. Oh, there it is, right in front of us. Benji and the Ferrari Cool Patrick had a bit of a bump into each other. As you can see, the track is very slippery, so this is going to be a bit hard on the brakes here to time it. And I think Peter Powers is out of the race. So no. Oh, dear me. Oh, bit of argy-bargy there from Benji behind Fred. Yes, I thought I seen that. Just the perfect timing. Got a 5-second penalty. So you can see the conditions are very, very rough for our drivers here tonight. It's going to be a hard race to call out too, because a lot of drivers probably feel the pressure, especially when they're braking and trying to put pace on. And you can see now Kulpechic's got a DT on him. Benji with a 5-second penalty. Lars at P16 now, holding off into P14. So a bit unfortunate there for some of these drivers, and most of them are coming back into the pits to get their wings fixed, their tyres changed again. Excuse me. But as we come back now, look into P1 position as they're behind the safety car. And so we're on lap 3 at the moment with the safety car, as the drivers will be putting the pressure on to catch up to restart this race again once the safety car's gone back into the pits. So that was a bit unfortunate for Peter Powers. Very unfortunate for him. As we're currently waiting for the race car to head back into the pits. So our current leader still Jim cars. Nice, still holding off at P2. Grass holding off at P3 now. P4, it's BMG holding off at P4, Dirk holding off at P5, P6 is G-Max, P7 is Jack the Racer, P8 is Optic, P9 Kevin, and holding off the P10 it's Geelong, followed by outside the top 10, now heading into P11 it's Marcos, P12 is Marlon Boris, Kilpatrick coming in at P13, last coming in at P14, P15 is ERS Lobby F1, followed by P16 is Jim Boss, and Kenny No Fred coming off at P17, and Benji holding off the last minute the packet, P18. As we're still waiting for the safety car to head back into the pit so we can begin racing here on this very, very wet track here in Spain. It'll be interesting to see what the drivers will do next once this safety car's gone back into the pits. So yes, a horrible start here in Spain as we're in the 4 laps out of 33. Terrible conditions at the moment too. That's putting the skills to the test for each driver. Safety car will be in this lap, and there it is, folks. So we'll be getting underway for racing as we're here with our leader at the moment. Let's see what he is going to do and how he's going to handle taking off now, as we will presume racing once the safety car's gone back in. And now we see as they come into the last chicane, the safety car will be heading back in and we'll be getting underway again racing. And we're off again. Green flag will be coming up now as grid of cars now just puts the pace on now as we're back up to racing speed again. And it looks like Nye just wants to take that P1 position. It is. Oh, he does too. It's Nye and Gwyneth. Cutting across the track there. Dear me. That could prove problems. As you can see now, BMG just pushing into P3 now, pushing Grant out into P4. The drivers are really going for it now, putting the pressure on each other. As you can see, some are taking the inside and some staying on the outside. We see the AlphaTauri car still holding off in P4. He went off the track there. I think that was Lars, I think they just went off and then came back onto the track. And there's coming out to the back of the Haas Max car. See, it's awful weather here. The rain's increased a bit as Jack the Racer goes for it on the inside. The bit of contact there, almost lost it too. As we have a look now, the two Haas drivers are holding off the Red Bull driver now, working as a team, trying to keep him blocked in there. Very tight squeeze as well. But the Haas team now are both holding it. Good. Haas just got another fast lap time. That was very good of him though, but the Haas team boys are holding off the Red Bull driver behind them, so that makes them P7 and P8 together, so they're working as a team. As we can see behind them, behind Kevin, Optics now is trying to put the pace on. He just went off to the side of the track a little bit, and now he's putting the pace on now, and his teammates coming behind him and trying to get him on the inside. So both Alpine drivers are holding off P10 and P11, and it looks like at the back there is going to be some pushing, and I think they are. So now we've got a challenge on with the Alpine team and the Haas team, but it's a very crucial time. Look at the superb. A bit of hit the wheel there on both of them. So Optic comes into P9 now. Kevin Carso holding off into P10. So we've got a real good battle going on at the back here, because you can see now Alpine, Haas, Red Bull, and Alpine at the back of the Red Bull driver. But dear me. Oh, almost slipped out there. But now Max now just putting on the pace on the inside, coming on the outside now into the chicane. Oh, he spun out. There could be trouble for him too, and he got hit from an Alpine driver as well. Oh, dear me. So that was unfortunate for G-Max. Now that pushes it back into P15, and that will make the other guys come up a little more. As you can see now, the Mercedes, AlphaTauri, and oh, almost another hit from the Ferrari there. Dear me. So we've got another good battle going on here between Stimboss, Fred, and Benji now. Well, it does have to be a bit careful because this track is treacherous and slipping. Good battle going on here. Oh, Stimboss just hit it from behind, and that will take the Mercedes driver spun out. So that will push Fred back into P14. So he'll be wanting to push down, try and catch up after that unfortunate spit out hit from the back from Shin. So there'll probably be a little controversy going to the FIA and the stewards after this race. Maybe, possibly. As we come and look into P15 in the Alfa Romeo car, it is ERS Lobby, who's also having a good race at the moment. GMX has just got a time penalty. Oh, that's a bit shocking. So that could cost them at the end of this race. As we look at Marcos now holding off at P16 with the Williams Racing car. And P17 now in the Ferrari. And it looks like Gunacar smashed his record again. So it comes up to 1 minute 30.490 seconds. So well done to him. And it looks like Patrick disqualified from the race, so that's the end for him. So we've only got 17 drivers left now. As we look at grid of cars holding off in P1 position at a 1 minute 30.490 seconds. So he's putting on the pace now here in the 8th lap. Still early days yet, a lot of time for the drivers to catch up. And don't forget, they will have to pit to change their tyres to get them warmed up. To see if they can carry on to the end of the race. As we get back to it now, as we look at Tinlai holding off in P2 positions, trying to catch up to Grid of Cars, the leader, as BMG holding off in P3 and the Williams Racing team, putting on the pressure now as much as he can to try and get up there. As we look at the P4 position at Grad now, as we'll go into the cockpit with him in the AlphaTauri ride. Not doing too comfortably well, but still wanting to put on the pace. Still early days yet for him, so it'll be interesting to see what he can do. But there's Jack the Racer here behind him. The Aston Martin is hunting for a win again, followed by the P6 as last. He's not doing too bad as well. He'll just be wanting to put the pace on and try and get up into that top 5. As we come into P7 now, it's Dirk now straight behind the Haas driver. Last also, as they're coming into the last chicane, performing up. And it looks like Gunav Kasha smashed this record again at 1 minute 30.128 seconds. So well done to Gunav Cars at the moment, our current leader on the track. As we're coming into the lap 9 now. And we're following Dirk, but we're going to be moving away from him and head up into P8 position, which is Optic. Not doing too bad. He's currently holding off in P8 position, but he'll probably want to put on the pace now more to see if he can get up into the push up into the top 5 as well. As we look at Benji holding off in the AlphaTauri car, just putting the metal to the pedal now, holding off at P9 position, but behind him is Jim Boss also looking to get in. It's a bit further into the pack now. I think his tyres are a bit loose as well, because he's losing a lot of grip on the track as well on some of these turns, as we'll see. Terrible conditions here in Spain though. Drivers were putting their driving skills to the test, and look at that, he's just going to go on the inside, and he does it. Oh, push them out to the side of the track. As we come looking now, Benji now trying to take back his P9 position on the inside, trying to push Jim Boss out wide, but Jim Boss is putting the pace on and gets holds off in front of him. So well done to him at this present time. Now Jim Bosch is just going to put the pace on as much as he can now. Is coming into the last chicane. But a good battle going on the back with the Haas and Alpine drive, and it looks like Marlon just got ahead of ERS Lobby. Good battles going on though here today as we come down and look at Benji now just trying to defend off the Red Bull driver behind the Kevin Castles, but Kevin Castles is trying to go up on the inside, but doesn't. Oh, he might do. No, he's still holding in. And Benji's still just trying to keep the defence on the Red Bull driver, because we know Kevin Castles is a very dangerous man when he attacks, just like this, coming on the inside, putting the pressure on now. Can he hold it? He's driving so well with no contact. Drivers were side by side. But Kevin Castles, as I just said, he's a dangerous man. He loves to attack and he loves to defend. So he'll be wanting to push now to get up into their top 5 now. He's got plenty of time as we're up in the 10th lap now. So he's got plenty of time left to catch up into the P5 positions and try and push his way up into there as we come now away from Benji, come back further a bit behind and look at P12 position. Marlon with the Alpine team. He's putting the pressure on. He knows he's got Jim Max at the back from the Haas team behind him, but he's also at the same time being wary of the driver in front of him too. So he's got two things he's got to think about: the guy in front of him and the guy behind him. So he's got to defend as well as attack at the same time. So it'll be interesting to see how he goes on that. And Benji's just got a 3-second penalty for corner cutting as we look at Marcos just behind G-Max. Also in ERS Lobby coming in at P15 and Geelong at the back in the Ferrari holding off at P16. As we come back to the leader of our pack is the Red Bull team here. Rid of Cars holding off is the fastest man on the track at the moment at 1 minute 30.128 seconds. So he's currently our fastest man and holding pole position with a comfortable gap now. So it'll be interesting to see when he pits, and will drivers take the opportunity to overtake, or will they go in the pits at the same time? But interesting to see, because they'll be coming up to pit stops very, very soon. As we come to BMG now, who's still holding off in P2 position. Got a comfortable gap as well, but trying to push the pressure on to get up into P1 position. As Grad now is currently in P3, but behind him is coming up so fast and looking for podium position also is Jack the Racer. So we've got Cars again just smashing his record by 1 second completely here. 1 minute 29.816 seconds. So well done to him at this present time. Optics has got a time penalty, so that could cost them at the end of the race. The same as Benji, he's got a 6-second penalty, and Max has got a 3-second penalty. So these could be upsetting for the drivers here too. As we look at last now, coming in at P6 position, putting the pace on, and he's trying to overtake on the outside, and now he comes back on the inside, trying to get up on Nye. So Nye and Lars now just battling out for P6 and P5 positions now, but Lars is putting on the pace and knows Nye is right there. But as we have a look at Nye just putting on the pressure on as well, holding off P5 position, knows that Lars is trying to attack him, so he's just holding off quite well and holding Lars off and defending off and saying, no, this is my position, you're going to have to fight me for it. As we head back down to Dirk now, and behind Dirk's another dangerous driver who's currently had an up and down race, but he's currently back into P8 position. It's Gin Boss now, who's just taken over Kevin Cars. Like I said, Kevin Cars is a well good attacker, knows how to attack the corners and the straights, so it's interesting to see how he is, and very well done to Gin Boss right now. And Kevin Cars now will be wanting to put the pace on again to try and push himself up more into the pack, but at the moment it's Gwyneth Carr still holding off at P1 position. As we look at Kevin Cars now, still holding off quite nicely. Fastest lap times are 1 minute 31.021 seconds. So well done to him. As we look at Benji now from the AlphaTauri, he's just creeped his way back into the top 10. So he'll be wanting to get on to Kevin Cast again because they did have a good battle. So it'll be interesting to see. But we're on the 13th lap. Also now out of 33 here in Spain. If you just joined us, we welcome you to our live screening here. As we'll push down now, look at Marlon Boris holding off at P11. Currently doing well at the moment, but he'll probably want to push more to get himself into the top 10 for points. So will G-Max now, and Marcos Skill holding off in P13. Then his fastest current lap times are 1 minute 31.470 seconds. At ERS Lobby now, holding off at P14 with a 1 minute 33.940 seconds. So he'll be wanting to push a bit more now, see if he can get onto the top 10. And again, Greenov Cast has smashed his lap time again at a 1 minute 29.748 seconds. So he's just getting faster and faster, Mr. Greenov Cast. So it'll be interesting to see if he can hold it all the way through. And also it'll be quite delicate when we see cars going to the pits. And P15 is Geelong now, holding off at 1 minute 32.639 seconds as his fastest lap. And Optimets with a 3-second penalty, holding off at 1 minute 31 there. Last has just got himself a 3-second penalty. So that's unfortunate for him. And it looks like Kevin Cast has just passed Jim Boss again as Jim is just coming out. As we're looking here, a bit of contact from each driver here. Oh, that could be upsetting. That could be really upsetting because Jin Boss and Kevin Cast both spun out together, but I think Jin Boss went to go take him on the outside, but just gradually hit until it caused them both to spin out. Oh, and Jin Boss almost spun out again on that one. So that's a bit unfortunate for these two drivers now. So Stimbus will have to do a nice big catch up to get back at Kevin Cast and then hopefully get back into P10 position as we see Ron Boss now coming into P9 and follow outside on the inside of him is Benji. And the AlphaTauri just then looks like Optics has just got a 5 seconds penalty for speeding in the lane, went too fast in the lane. So that's unfortunate for him. Dirk is coming in at P7, followed by his teammate in P6, and I think he's going to take over Lars. So Lars and Nye having a good battle here. But Lars is putting on the pace now and saying, no son, this is my position, you're going to have to fight me for it and catch up. And Lars now holding off at P3, P5 position now. So the AlphaTauri now is putting on the fight for P5 and P4 position, but Lars knows what he's up to, holding off on the outside. Still holding off on the outside. And he just pushes his way through into P4 position. So now it's going to put the pace on here on the 15th lap. Oh, well done to Lars though, pushing real good. So that will push Grad and Line now to push for 4th and 5th position. And Grad does now too. He's got that 5th position back now. Now he's going to be hunting Lars now to get P4 back. As we're coming into the last chicane here, as we're heading into P16 now, the lap 16 coming up. Looks like we've got a caution on sector 2. Dear me, what a race so far. As we come and look at Jack now, he's got a comfortable lead at P3, but wanting to put the pace on to catch up to this guy, BMG, and BMG will be wanting to put the pace on to catch up to Grin of Cars. So it'll be interesting to see what the drivers can pull off now here in P2 and P3 position, because if they need to want to fight to contest for P1, they're going to have to push a lot more harder now, a real lot more harder. Yeah, as we look at Lars now, holding off at P4 and trying to push up a bit more speed up to catch up to P3. Jack the Racer and Grad now still putting the pressure on, trying to catch up to Lars too. But behind Lars is the McLaren boys, Nye and Dirk. So Dirk's trying to catch up to his teammate Nye. And Benji now just keeping on the pace as much as he can because he knows he's got Kevin Cass behind him. But Kevin Cass is going for it. Kevin Cass is going on the inside and he does too, and he takes him. Dover takes quite well. Red of Cass again smashing his frickin' lap time again at 1 minute 29 at .552. So well done to Gwyn of Cars now. Each lap he's getting faster and faster. And as the rain has stopped a bit here, give enough time for the drivers now to put the pace on. But Kevin Carr still holding off Benji at the back there. Currently at P8 to P9. But Benji knows, oh, Kevin almost lost it there on that turn. Here on the last straight here as we're coming into lap 17 now, guys. If you've just joined us, we welcome you. Nice, just got another 3-second penalty. No. That's unfortunate for him. So Benji now just pulling off the pace, trying to defend off Marlon, who's just right here in P10 position, but behind him we're looking for that. Getting into the top 10 is Max here in the Haas car. Jim Boss and P12 can see them now, and he's putting on the pace now. So he'll be wanting to see if he can get up into P10. And it looks like Marlon now has just made his way into P10. And it looks like G-Max at the back now is trying to push his way through, and he's just got a 3-second penalty, which is unfortunate for him, so that could cost him dearly at the end of this race. Just trying to take on the inside, G-Max, but it doesn't do well to do so, and Marlon now knows he's there, but just defending off, but also wants to push a bit more to get in front of Benji. It looks like Benji now is sitting off the pit, so that will push Marlon now, so it'll be interesting to see how many drivers will take the pits now? How many will stay out as we're coming into P8 for lap 18 now? As we look at Jin Boss now, who's currently at P11 now. He knows he's almost into the P10. So he'll be wanting to push now up against G-Max and Marlon Boris there as we come back further down into P12. It's Marcos with no time penalty. Benji now out of the pits now, holding off at P13 with a 9-second penalty. ERS Lobby holding off at P14. David Geelong holding off at P15, and at P16 is Optic, and Gwyneth Cars again smashing his time. Well done to him at 1 minute 29.404. Congratulations to him so far, being the fastest man on the track. And oh no, look at that! Lars has now got a good record at 1 minute 29.007 seconds. So well done to Lars, coming off at P4 position and holding a good fast time position now. So Grid of Cars now, who's current leader. Oh, and I think Nye is out. Yes, he is. Nye is out. It looks like he's had an accident, so that's unfortunate for him. So that cuts us down now. A lot of 4 drivers are out now, so which is unfortunate. Dear me. But our current leader is still holding off the pace, which is quite good. BMG still holding off in P2 position. Jack the Racer currently on that 1 minute 29, holding off in P3. P4's is last. He'll be wanting. Oh no. Shalobi just got a speeding penalty going into the pit, so that will be unfortunate for him as we're almost to the near the end of our race here in Spain. And Grad now holding off at P5 position. Dirk holding off at P6. Kevin Cars coming in at P7. And Marlon holding off at P8, as we can see now. And P9 is Max. P10 is Stimboss. P11 is Benji. P12 Marcos. Kevin Cars. Drive through penalty under the VS. See, so he just got a time penalty under the virtual safety cars. We're back underway for racing now here in the 20th lap. So it'll be interesting to see now. 13 laps to go here. The ERS Lobby holding off in P13 with a drive-through penalty. And DB Geelong now coming in at P14. P16 at the back of the pack. It's Optic. So current leader now still holding off now. He'll be putting on the pace to try and beat Lars's fast record time of 1 minute 29.007 seconds. So it'll be interesting to see what the drivers can pull off now. BMG now is getting ever so close up behind him. Jack the Racer now is there too, saying hello mate, I'm coming for P2 and then I'm going to come for P1. Well, interesting to see how it rolls out now, as we're coming into the 21st lap now. You can see the drivers just putting on much pace as they can, especially Jack the Racer now, who's hunting for P2 position, and Lars coming up at P4, also catching up as much as he can to the top three. As we look at Grad now holding off in P5. Dirk now coming up P6. Kevin Carson P7 and coming into the pits. So it'll be interesting to see now as we see Marlon that will overtake him, and that will push Kevin back into P9. And Stimboss now currently in P10. So be wanting to put the pace on now and try and catch up and see if he can push himself further and further in up towards P5 position. As we're on 21 laps now. Well done to all the drivers so far. Grid of cars now. He's just smashed it again with a 1 minute 28.813 seconds. So the current leader has smashed it again away from Lars by a second. Here's look at P13, Dimmerlon now holding off at the back. And Optic there, rid of cars, holding off at P1, BMG in P2 position. Jack the Racer is still on his case as well. Lars holding off in P4, but it looks like Grad now holding off in P5. Dirk holding off in P6 as well, followed by Marin holding off in P7. As we'll go into the cockpits now, and we'll look at Max holding off in P8. And Kevin Cast now just trying to put the pressure on and pace to catch up. And P10 Stimboss holding off at P10. And P11 now, it's Benji with AlphaTari trying to push his way up to try and catch Gin Boss. And Marcos is doing the same thing, trying to catch up to Benji, and Geelong now a bit behind yet. And Optics is currently just coming out of the pits now. As well, they got 14 drivers in it to win it. As we come back up to the start. Screen of cars now for 1 minute 28.813 seconds. The fastest man on our track so far. And BMG holding off at P2. Jack the Racer coming on at P3. Just waiting for the right opportunity to probably pounce on BMG. Take over in P2 position. Yeah, we look at last now, holding off in P4, still no one behind him, so he's feeling good at this present time. Well, we might have can see up here. As we head back down, it's a P5 grad now. And there's Dirk, and behind Dirk it's Marlon. Yeah, G-Max there also trying to put the pressure on, and Kevin Cast. So most of the drivers are now spread out now. So it'll be pretty hard now for the drivers to catch up because different paces will be here. Manos has got a 3-second penalty, so that could cost him at the end of this race as well, as he's currently holding off in P7 position. And it looks like these two are battling, Marlon and Dirk. As we're watching Grad, let's go past. Oh, Grad of Cars again has smashed his record with a 1 minute 28.707 seconds. Damn me, he's just smashing every time on this track. As we're in the 24th lap now. Oh no, something has happened here. So something's happened to Debbie Jalon. So that's a bit unfortunate for him. So that cuts us down to 14 now. Marcos holding off at P12. P11 is Benji. Still holding off and defending quite well. So be interesting to see how he can do it all. Trying to take him out wide. Nicely done there. Defending quite well. As we're coming up into P10 now, it's Jim Boss still holding off in P10, still trying to put the pace on to catch up, to get up into more of the middle of the pack. And as we look at P9, Kevin Cast now, and there's Jim Boss just behind him. As you can see, Grid of Cars again has smashed his record again at 1 minute 28.554. So well done to him. As we come up a bit more now, Marlon holding off at P8, followed by P7 G-Max. Dirk coming up at P6.
Unfortunately, so I retired. Good luck, everyone.
That's all good. That's all good, my man. That's all good. No problems. So unfortunate for him here to retire for Geelong. As we look now, at Dirk, trying to push up on to Grade here, who's currently in P5 position. So he's defending off quite well, holding it off. And as we see now, Dirk is just going to try and take him on the inside, and he just gets him off as well. So Dirk has got P5 position now in front of Grad. So it'll be interesting to see now. As you look at Jack the Racer, who's currently in P4 position, but still has to put the pace on to try and catch up to Lars, who's currently in P3 now. So Miles has just got a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane, so that could cost him at the end of the race. So Benji and Miles have a 9 and a 8-second penalty. Lars and Max have a 6-second penalty. Kevin Cass has a 3-second penalty, and Optic Schmitz has a 3-second penalty as well. So it'll be interesting to see how this race finishes, as we're almost nearing the end of coming up to the final laps, as we're on the 28th lap at this present time. So not too much longer to go here, folks. If you've just joined us, we welcome you to our live. If you want to find out more information about us, head on down to www.ersracingleague.com, and they'll give you everything you need to know how to sign up with us. So Lars now is currently in P1 position now. So this will be interesting. As we can see, Jack the Racer, Lars, BMG, Benji, Grad, and Kevin Cass has come back on to take back P1 position. So that pushes Benji into P2 here on the 28th lap. So Lars is back in P3, Benji back in P4, Dirk and Jack the Racer in P5 now. And Jack the Racer now has just put on a 1 minute 26.652 seconds. So he is now currently the fastest man on the track, smashing everybody's record by 2 seconds. So wow, what a race we're having so far. So congratulations to Jack the Racer for smashing the record there. And it looks like BMG now has taken P1 position, and now Lars has. Damn me. What an up and down race we got now. It's all over the show. So now Queen of Cars in P1 again, BMG in P2, Lars in P3, Jack the Racer in P4. So we've really got a race on here now, as we're coming up into the last 3 remaining laps now. G-Max now has come back. It's a bit of up and down race going on so far. A lot of time penalties. They could be crucial to the end of this race. As we're looking at Shinboss now, currently going back to P11 for some reason. Now he's back in P10. So Shinboss now coming in at P8. And P7 is G-Max Gray coming in at P6. P5 is Jack the Racer coming in at P4. P3 is Lars here as we're coming into the last 2 laps. So we've got a bit of up and down race at the moment. Everyone is going everywhere. Segundo Car still holding off in P1 position. BMG holding off in P2. Last holding off in P3. So Jack the Racer once again has smashed the record. Marlon Boris is the fastest man on the track with a 1 minute 26.484 seconds. So well done to him. So we've got a mix and match everywhere at the moment. Well, it looks like Jack the Racer now is trying to put the pressure on Lars. As we look into the cockpit of Jack the Racer now, he's going to go take him on the inside. And he does comfortably, so that pushes Jack the Racer into P3. But Lars is still there behind him, wanting to put the pouch on him again. But it looks like Jack the Racer now just putting the pace on. Whoa, what's going on here? Dear me. So now Lars has gone back. I think something is wrong, but maybe not. So yes. So Jack the Racer now comes back into P3 position now from coming from the back. Well done to him. Let's take a look at some other drivers now. G-Max coming on P7. Kevin Cass holding off in P10, but Marcos is behind him, putting the pressure on. As we're in the second to last lap, heading into the last lap. Oh, dear me. So Kevin just holding off in P9, Marcos in P10 now. Benji at P11 and P12 it's Marlon, and at P13 it's Optic. But our current leader at the moment is Gwen of Cars here coming in the final lap here in Spain. So it looks like Jack and Lars were having a bit of a battle there as well. Ooh. BMG now taking pole position. Rid of cars right behind him too. So as we come to the checkered flag, it looks like it's going to be BMG, our race winner here in Spain. Or maybe not. So it looks like Grid of Cars is our winner. BMG in P2, Jack the Racer P3, Lars in P4. Oh, now the tide has changed. Now it's Dirk. Currently in P3, P4 is Jack. Lars in P3, Dirk in P4. Jack the Racer P4 now. As we wait for the final. But there you have it. It's Gwyneth Cars coming in at P1, BMG coming at P2, and P3 it's Lars. P4 Jack the Racer and Greg coming at P5. So we'll be heading off down to the interviews here as well. So as we wait for the drivers to come into the chat to have a quick interview, and we'll take a look. And there's your winner, the Red Bull team, taking it out in P1 position. As we'll just wait for the drivers to join the chat to have a quick interview with them. Well done to the Red Bull team. Christian Horner, their team principal, will be very, very happy with that superb performance. Now, as we come back up now, as we're waiting for Gwyneth Cast to join the chat, BMG and Lars. If those guys could please join this chat so we can have a quick interview with yous. There you have it, our top three. Gwyneth Cars, BMG, Lars. P4 was Jack the Racer. A very interesting match there, so it was quite well done. And here's our champ. How are you, my friend? Hey, congratulations. Real hard-fought racing match, and give us your thoughts. Yes. That's the one. Yes, it was, and I could see there were a lot of drivers decided to take the retire from session option, which was really unfortunate. The conditions were actually quite shocking, but man, every lap you did, you were just getting faster and faster and just smashing each lap time. So it was just superb to watch you race tonight. Very well done, very well done. Yes, a few moments there near I think like coming to the last end of the last of the laps, it started to stop raining. How did how did you find that? Fair enough. Well, once again, man, congratulations on tonight's race, and looking forward to see you race again. Do you have any shout outs you would like to make out? No worries, man. Well, you go off and celebrate. You enjoy your win for tonight's race. And we're going to be wrapping it up there, folks. So thank you for tuning in for ERS Racing League here today here in Spain. It was a superb race. Our winner was Guinevere Cars, who was representing the Red Bull team, and then just a superb effort from him today. But as we said, if you would like to find out about more about ERS Racing, head on down to www.ersracingleague.com, and someone will be able to help you there and give you much information you need to sign up with us and join us. But that's it from us today here in Spain, here in Division 1 with ERS Racing. We'll catch you guys on the next one, and thank you for tuning in, and we'll catch you next time. Bye for now.